Today we learn in Sefer Shmiras Haloshon, title Claims and Counterclaims. So it says, Rabbi Yochanan ben Dechavai said, "Do not distance yourself from equality that is without limit, and from a labor that is without end," which is very interesting. Right? Just because you cannot finish, it does not mean that you should not start. Same with the Torah learning, right? When I remember many years when I first got into the Jewish bookstore and I saw all of these books, so I said, "Okay, forget it."
Yeah, no, this is what happens when I go into like Beit Midrash and I see all these books. I'm just like, you know.
Okay, but Hashem wants us to start, and He wants us to continue.
Right.
And it's not up to us how much we're going to do. I mean, we have to try as much as we can, and okay, continue. To what can this be compared? To someone who took water from the ocean and cast it onto dry land. The ocean did not appear any less full, and the land did not become filled with water. The man grew frustrated. His employer said, "Foolish one, why are you upset? Each day you will receive gold coin for your work." It's from Rabbi Abbas the Rabbi Nassim. Okay. So basically, I learned this very long time ago. So I was working, and sometimes like people get frustrated when boss tells them one thing, and then he said, no, that's redo it, please do it again. So many people in my office, I remember, got frustrated. I never got like, okay, he wants me to do this way. I mean, so I have another assignment for another week, 2 weeks, whatever. I mean, that's fine. I mean, I knew that I was being paid. Okay.
Right. It
So
didn't matter, but it's still like, but it still like bothered you a little, right?
No. I mean, doesn't matter. They tell me what to do, and they're going to pay me for it. So why would it bother me? I mean, I did it the way I thought is proper. He said it's not, and I was always lucky. I was always fortunate that I have all of these bosses that are just geniuses, brilliant.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
so I mean, okay, so it's easy. All right, so continue. The quality to which the sage refers is Shmiras Haloshon. So Shmiras Haloshon means watching your mouth. The evil inclination seeks to discourage us from striving to develop this quality by way of the following argument. What benefit will you have from studying the law and concept of a proper speech? Are you really capable of guarding your tongue all your life? So that's evil inclination, and many other people around us who are trying to discourage, right? So I really think that you're going to be such a holy person. Okay, I'm going to try. Right? That's supposed to be right answer. Try to avoid speaking Lashon Hara for even a day or two. And do you really think that you can avoid everything that one is forbidden to speak? Like all of the details, and in this book you're going to learn there are many details, all of the situations. In one situation, you're obligated to say, right, to step forward and say, for example, about the shidduch somebody, or this this guy is a drug addict, right? And now maybe he's clean for I don't know 6 months, and he's getting married. He wants to get married, so he's trying to hide this fact. So you have to step forward and tell this lady, whatever she's going to do, it's not up to you, but it's not an option for you to keep quiet.
Right.
Yeah. Why? Or for example, for these other things, and it's about shidduch, so you must get quiet. Why they try to avoid that answer?
So try to avoid speaking Shana for even a day. So basically, it's saying the Lashon Hara. The evil inclination is saying like, why are you learning to, why are you learning all these things about Lashon Hara? Like, you think it's going to be that easy to avoid everything? Like, you're going to be dealing with people left and right. You might like, what's the point? Like, you're going to be talking to people every day, right? Is that what it's saying, pretty much?
Yeah.
Because for me, I work in a...
Who Who do you think you are? You're going to remember all of this, and you're going to hold yourself back all the times?
I remember in the beginning of my tshuva, when I used to go to work, I didn't say a word. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to hear from anybody. I work in a very hostile environment. Like, it's rough over there. You know, I work in not a nice neighborhood.
Okay.
So for like 2-3 months, I was just listening to Shiurs because we are allowed to listen to whatever we want in the thing. So I would listen to Shiurs and I didn't want to talk to anybody. But after a while, you start getting less sensitive, you know, like little by little. And now, like, you know, because I was friends with everybody in the office, you know, so, you know, it's hard to like avoid talking to everybody for so long, you know, so that's why. And you hear things and you respond, and I catch myself like, oh, why did I say that? You know, it's difficult because I'm still not sure what I'm allowed to say, what I'm not saying, what I'm allowed to hear, what I'm not allowed to hear.
Exactly. That's what this book is about.
Yeah. And I try to tell him, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, you know. And I don't know. Sometimes I get curious, like, oh, I didn't hear that, you know. Like, I don't know. It's difficult. This is very difficult.
It is difficult, but there is a reward for every time you tempted to say and you don't say, and you tempted to hear the end of the story, and then you pull yourself back. I don't want to. Okay. Why you are a man of the world? You have dealings with scores of people, exactly as you said, right? So I mean, how are you going to keep quiet, right? Don't even attempt to acquire this quality. It is simply cannot be done. So that's it's a Hara is talking. God in one's time requires constant vigilance. It is when they say vigilance, meaning what? So even sometimes, as you just said, you sleep from time to time, but at least you know that you did something wrong. So that's a big step forward. So next time, so you would be more vigilant, and in this, at least in the same situation with that same person, you're not going to make the same mistake. So you would know like what people to avoid. People are not so easily changed, right? So you know this person I have to avoid. That's it. Okay. It is relevant countless times a day. Relevant countless times a day, every day of a person's life, and it applies to virtually every situation that can occur between man and his fellow. Right? I mean that's how we communicate. We talk to each other. Rav Yochanan ben the Havai teaches us that this is simply not true. One should not distance himself from this quality, which indeed is without limit, as we shall explain. Okay, so commentary. There is not a labor without end, in which the passage speaks is that of Torah study. As